Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Happy Sat Turd Day. We're going to look at another turd, this Husky. So, this is the deal. I had fixed this 125 BVX, I think is the actual model number. This one here came out of my group of $150 group. I got some junk mowers, junk pressure washers, some two-cycle stuff. That saw came out of it. I got an Echo blower, PB200. So I was able to rectify this. 2014 on this. This happens to be a 2013, 1 year older. The difference is they upgraded this to the X series. It's got a rubber handle. And the year older one is just the 125B. It's not the VX. So when they changed from 13 to 14, it was $50 more for this black handle. You can see they had already incorporated the lines here. They just had not implemented it in 2013. But it was all ready to throw on. The lines are there. So this was in my backyard. I kind of went through my two-cycle stuff. And I saw this, so I figured I would tackle it because it had the same carbs, same routing. So I'm hoping it starts. This is what came out of the tank. It was all broken apart. The grommet was all dried out, so I got rid of all that, put a new grommet, new line, new primer bulb. Primer bulb was on the way out. So hoping that it will start. I disassembled it all the way down like I did this one. Clean the plastics up, clean the grease up, have the tank off, clean that, air dried it. Check the muffler for blockage. It's free and open. I just got to put 3 more screws on the handle to finish it up, but I want to get you guys into the mix. So I salvaged both air filters. They just have this cloth filter. So what I did is just took my cheap dish soap, used my daughter's toothbrush, put a little soap on it and just cleaned it up with the toothbrush. So I was able to salvage this. You can get a 5-pack of these for a couple bucks, but I didn't have any in stock. So I did the same thing with this one, cleaned it up, let it air dry. I got a new batch of 2-cycle. I got to mix this up. And post office, drop this off. I ordered 2 different style primer bulbs for 2-cycle, and this is going to be one of them, I believe. No, they double bagged it. Do not put plastic bag over babies or children's heads, cribs, beds, carriages, or playpens. This is not a toy. I wouldn't think it was a toy. So this is the smaller size primer bulb. They got another size a little bit bigger, and then they have the style that this Husky has with the 2 nipples built into the back. So I ordered 30 of these. It was just a couple of bucks. I want to increase my 2-cycle parts, get the inventory back up, because I figured since I was retired, I want to go ahead and try to blow out some 2-cycle stuff. Let me motivate. I know you guys don't want to mess with it. I don't either, but I'm not going to buy any more junk after this as far as 2-cycle. It's not worth it. I spent so much time on the 2013 cleaning everything. I went ahead and did ultrasonic on the carb. I hadn't on the other Echoes in the still. I just hand cleaned them with nitro. But I threw the this Husky in the ultrasonic cleaner. New gaskets all the way around, so I'm hoping this thing starts. Otherwise, I wasted a lot of time on this. So I kind of used the 125 BVX as a guide. I took the carb off and looked at all the routing and mimicked this one the same way, just to make sure. So I had called for a sit-down breakfast yesterday with all my buddies. It was a retirement breakfast. I had Uncle Brad, my brother, my son, my friend Matt, the 2-cycle vintage motorcycle guru, and his buddies Big John and Gary also came out, so that was good. We had a lot to talk about. They wanted to know if I liked retirement, and I said it's only been a couple of weeks. I'm sure I'll still like it in a month. It just feels like I'm on vacation, you know, because I've taken 2 weeks off at a time. So we got this 40-1 ready to go, all mixed up nice. So yesterday when I got home from breakfast, I decided to call an elderly scrapper. He's 79. He does it a couple days a week. You guys may remember I've gotten stuff off of him, and I got to go pick it up as soon as he calls because he doesn't have space to hold anything. So I haven't heard from him in 6, 8, 9 months. So I thought maybe he passed away. So I called. He answered. He was really happy I called. He said he had lost his phone in the water when he was fishing, and he didn't have any of the contacts. But I had given him a business card a couple years ago. Maybe he couldn't find the card. So he says, I'm so happy you called. He said, after the storm Milton, I brought so many mowers to the junkyard. He said, I'm very happy you called me. I says, well, what do you have now? He says, I just have a blower and a bicycle. I used to buy bikes from him as well. He says, but I'll call you as soon as I get mowers. So not that I need any mowers, but he's close. So I could have done just as good without calling him. I got enough junk coming in from other scrappers, but he's a super nice old guy, so I figured what the hell, I'd give him a call. So he says, you stop calling me. I says, well, you got to call me. I don't know what you're getting for mowers. He says, I said, that's how it works. You got to call me. Then I come out. Okay, let's try priming this thing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Uh-oh. It's not moving. Oh, there we go. Finally, it pulled it up. Okay, so the bulb is full. We got good action there. I'll put it on full choke. It's got a momentary switch for the kill. It's always on. You put the switch up to kill it, and then it springs back to the on position. So the momentary switch is in the on position. I actually took this plug off of the 2014 because I knew it ran. So I put that plug in here just to guarantee a start. So let's pull on this thing. Cross my fingers, you guys. I want all of you out there that do this, that it starts, and I didn't waste a bunch of time on Saturday. TURD, big orange TURD. Okay, here we go. Should have kicked off by now. Full choke. Take it off. Full choke. I'll full throttle it. Okay, so that's terrible news. We're leaking anywhere? No, I don't see anything leaking. It's priming, just not firing off. It should, because that plug, like I said, was from the newer machine. They give you instructions. Push air, purge 10 times, full choke, pull 3 times, and then half choke, pull to start. So I screwed up. After the 3 pulls, I should have moved the choke to half choke. I was waiting for it to start, and then I go to half choke. So that was my screw up. I don't even know how to start a 2-cycle. Let's start over again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, half choke. There's half choke. And then pull to start. So it's not pulling to start on half choke. Choke off. Full throttle. Oh, and I did check compression. I think I had 92 on this one. If you were wondering, because I wasn't going to fall down the same rabbit hole I did on those other 2 cycles. So maybe the compression isn't good enough at 92. Kind of watching the bubbles in the line. Everything's going the way it should. My intake and my return. And it is filling the bulb. I may direct inject it with some mix. I got a little squirt bottle. I'm going to put some mix in my squirt bottle and direct inject. When I had the carb off, somebody had already been in here because I was looking at the diaphragm And then I went to look at rebuild kits, and the diaphragm in this was different from every kit I could find online. So somebody had maybe not the right parts. They put a different diaphragm in. Not that it would make a difference, but I had the right one in stock. But they were brittle. They were all dry and cracking. They needed to be changed. So if this fires off, I'll maybe order another carb for it. If it don't fire off, then that's going to be a turd, because we don't have the right amount of compression. Okay, I gave it a squirt, pulled the throttle to let it flow. So I was kind of afraid of this. Do a video and it's not cooperating, but that's all part of show business. Okay, it was not on choke, but now it is. One more try. This time I'll be sure to put it on choke after I juice it. So that's a stinker. I'm probably flooding it. Probably. I kind of did a search. You can get a used one for 50 to 80 bucks. Still Echo or Husky, so if I'm buying them for $5 and spend a bunch of time on them, it's not the best. Let the rest deal with this. Okay, full choke. Full throttle, still nothing. Take it off a choke. Let me get a plug wrench and just kind of look at plug condition. Maybe change out the plug. This one might be wet. Hope you guys had a good week. I'm gonna get my daughter's toothbrush and try to get this wire off. There we go. There was some rust on the flywheel. I kind of sanded that off. This thing's been sitting outside. You can see all the bleaching on the plastic. It's wet. It's getting fuel. I think I checked spark on this too. Yeah, I remember checking spark. After the compression test, I had the plug off. I went ahead and put a screwdriver against the head and use that as my ground. Because there's so much plastic around here, it's hard to see the plug. That doesn't seem tight. Let me try getting the right socket. This is a little loose. Live television. This one's no better. It just seems like it's loose in the head. Okay, that's better. Maybe that was my issue. Okay. I shouldn't have to prime it, but I'll give it a couple more. Full choke. Okay, so that was it. We were losing compression past the plug. What a screw up that was. So let me put it on half choke. Let me turn the idle down. I need a Phillips head. And that was a shit show. It's smoking because when I had degreased it, I put a little oil in the cylinder to keep any of the water from causing me issues. So there's a little bit of motor oil in here. Okay, I just adjusted the idle, but I gotta get my adjustment kit. I got like a 12 different screwdrivers for the Pac-Man and all the other styles, and I don't have it nearby. So that's going to take a fine tuning here because it's bogging down. When I go to give it full throttle, it's bogging down. I got to adjust the carburetor. Oh boy, but we got it. We got it. The turd came through in the end. So I'm happy. Screw up with the plug. Sometimes it's the little things that throw you a curveball. So this is a 28cc, the 125 Bravo on this one, 2013 is the date on it. So if I get $50 for it, I'll be happy. This will be next year's 2025's inventory on that. Anyway, thanks for coming out. Let me motivate. I might go into the saw, but I'm not sure. I kind of was able to track down a carburetor for this thing. This thing needs some work. I had shown you this before, and this thing's heavy. It's really, really, really heavy. So if I get really bored and ambitious, I'll mess with it. But it's not a name brand, and who knows if it's going to work for us. Okay, that's all I got. Clucky and I want you to have a good day today. Appreciate you coming out. Glad it worked out on the Husky. Now I got two. A nice pretty one and an old dried out one. Okay, please tip your waitress and wait staff. Have a good day. Adios, amigos. Thanks for coming out and checking out today's turd of the day on Saturday. See you.